Good day, Blue Devils and friends, and welcome to SHS Today. I'm Evan Bixby, and with me is my fellow co-anchor, Amy Murphy.
This week at SHS, we observe our very own Civics Club, the recent Mr. SHS event, and the Linguistic Teacher of the Year Award winner.
Also, we'll be showing informed music reviews and conspiracy theories, but for now, we'll be starting off with a look back at a well-known, successful annual Night of Lights and some holiday trivia. Every December here at SHS, we celebrate a town tree lighting together. The chorus, band, and even Santa Claus participate in this fun-filled family event. Our very own Alfredo and Katie will guide us through this year's Night of Lights.
Hi, I'm Katie from SHS Today. I went on site for Salem's Night of Lights and talked to participants about what they liked about the lights.
Oh, I think this is an awesome tradition that we've started in Salem. It's so fun, and I love the snow on the ground. It's very festive.
I like when the tree lights up.
I think it's pretty cool, nice event for the town.
I like how all the people come and they're all just happy.
The lights. I think the Night of Lights is amazing. It's a great community turnout for the schools and for everybody, and great for the community of Salem. I think everybody has a great time. Mike, what about you?
Well, I just think it's fun and really great for the community, schools, for the whole neighborhood to get together for a magical sight.
I think it's pretty nice. I like going to them.
I think it's great. I've gone to it pretty much every year back when they had the lighting at the cemetery.
I think this is great. It's really wonderful for the kids, and it's a lot of fun. A little cold, but fun.
I like taking pictures with all the characters.
Following that, we asked them what they didn't like or would change about the event.
I kind of wish it was still at the Field of Dreams because there was a lot more space, but this is still really nice.
Maybe make it not on a cold night.
You know, it's always dependent on the weather, how many inflatables we can have going, and it would be nice if the weather agreed with us when we're setting up. Now it's beautiful, but I think it's perfect just the way it is.
It would be that there's not so many people.
More people, make it more known.
No, not really. I like it. Nothing. I think it's great. More lights, maybe. What about you?
What about some more blow-up stuff and rides? I liked it better at the Field of Dreams.
I would say more lights, and I honestly liked it back when it was at the Field of Dreams. There was more places for lights to be and more places for kids to play.
Overall, citizens of Salem really seem to enjoy the Night of Lights and its festivities. Thank you for tuning in, and hopefully we'll see you next year.
Special events like this remind us of the magic the holiday season brings.
Most won't realize the variety of clubs offered here at Salem High. SHS Today's Lindsay and Taylor look into the Civics Club to give us a little more information on the newly formed extracurricular.
Hi SHS, it's Katie Jammer from SHS Today. We're going to be talking about Civic Club. We talked to the founder, Emma Hansen, and other members about why it's important to them and why they joined.
In order to create the club, I had to first talk to Dean Dennis because he is basically the activities coordinator. So I had to fill out this little form with the founding members, and we had about 5. And I filled out the form of who the advisor was, which is Mr. Adams, and then a few founding members, what our mission statement is, what we want to do in our club. And I had to turn that into him, and he got us approved. So the whole process is really easy. I mean, if you have an idea and you have a couple people behind you, just go talk to Dean Dennis.
I joined Civics Club to be more informed about politics and the government.
I wanted to help support the idea, and I also kind of want to hopefully get more educated about what the topics involved in civics.
The purpose of the Civics Club is to provide a forum for young people such as yourself to come together and engage in civics-based topics in the hopes of intellectualizing the conversation and inspiring young people to civic action.
Civics is every day in our lives. It's the whole basis of America. It's all of government. It's what we do in our government system. So really the purpose is to educate people about what it is and try and get more civic leaders in our school and our community to try and lead us into a better future, especially for our town, because in the last election, there was only 3,000 people that turned out to vote, and we have a population of 33,000. So there's obviously not enough people that are engaged in our town civic structure.
Well, as a history teacher, inherently I have an interest in civic topics and the story of us, right, American history. And so it's a proudful moment, almost like a parent, You watch young people rise to the challenge and understanding that civics is political action. You know, it's non-factional in its nature, and it's engaging in a process that recognizes our institutions, our republic, are a fragile idea that need to be constantly maintained by well-informed and well-engaged individuals.
So short-term goals are educating, obviously. We want to put posters up around the school with like different facts and maybe some statistics, just to like kind of introduce our club to the school community. We want you to be educated. Another short-term goal is a voter registration drive. I know there's one at the school that Dean Barry hosts, and we want to be a part of it and make it bigger and more known. We want to make sure that people know what's going on in Salem, how they vote, why we vote, what we're voting in. It's really just based on education and making sure that the Civics Club is educated, and then we can go out and spread the word.
What do I hope members will take from the club? I hope at the very least members will continue to engage civically, both in the school and outside of school, and that they will inspire others to join them in that process. Well, civics has a direct correlation to strength of community, and so the more informed, the more actioned a civic body is, typically the stronger the community acts and reacts to issues and crises. And so I think it's absolutely essential, along with any other skill that we teach kids in school, to offer kids the ability to command civic action in a way that serves the community.
I think that the statistic that 1 in 3 people can't name one branch of government is heartbreaking enough, because you're voting these leaders in and you don't even know where they're going. So if you know about civics and you know about how your government works, then it'll help you in your life when you go to take that civic action and fulfill your democratic duty of voting. I hope they get a sense of belonging in their country and in their community. I hope that, you know, they walk away from this year, these few years being in the club, knowing more about why we do a lot of these things like voting, you know, how they make a difference in their community.
Civics Club meets at 7 a.m. in the library extension on Thursday mornings.
Come to Civics Club.
This is just one of the many clubs that is offered here. Make sure to get involved in a variety of extracurriculars.
A couple of weeks ago, the glamorous Mr. SHS Beauty Pageant grabbed Salem by storm. Now we aim to find a little more about the event from people who both went and our very own senior candidates. Alyssa gives us an in-depth overview of the event.
Hi, I'm Alyssa Cloutier, reporting for SHS. And today I will be recapping Mr. SHS. So if you missed the show, come along with me, because today I will be talking to some of the viewers who want to go see it.
My favorite candidate was definitely Matt Kerr, because just look at him.
Definitely Brendan Wall, because his skit with Eli was hilarious. The bald cap was key.
My favorite part of the show was definitely the talent, because it's iconic every year.
I'd probably have to say the Mr. Sexy Legs, I think that's what it's called. It was hilarious. Everyone did good.
That was great talking to some of the viewers. Now let's go talk to some of the candidates and see what their opinions are about the show.
It took me about like a week and a half, I'd say a week, give or take. Probably the experience I had going out there on stage with all my friends, you know. Being made fun of, going out.
Oh yeah, the beginning dance was so much work and there was so much to memorize, like, I could not even with that. But like, everything else is fine, so. 2 weeks to prepare, there wasn't much to do for like the talent portion except like learning the dance that I made up. And then like, there was the outfits, but that didn't take that long, so. Yeah, it was pretty easy. The best part, honestly, was just doing Mr. Sexy Legs, because, like, girl, I could work that runway. I was, like, feeling myself, and yeah.
I've personally never been to Mr. SHS, but it sure does seem like a great event.
We are proud to announce that our own German teacher, Ms. Cox, has won the World Language Teacher of the Year award in the state of New Hampshire. SHS Today's Aiden and Jenna interview the teacher to see what the title entails.
I'm very excited to say and humbled that I have been named the New Hampshire World Language Teacher of the Year for 2028. And then the other award, I was also very humbled and surprised to receive the Boys and Girls Club Salem School District Educator of the Year. I was named the New Hampshire World Language Teacher of the Year at the conference, which was November 8th. And then the Salem School District Educator of the Year was November 7th. Both of the awards are special to me because I think they dovetail together perfectly. The first one, the State Language Teacher of the Year, is from my peers, other language teachers, so they recognize what I've been doing. And then the school district says that not only can I do that, but it also says to me that I'm a team player and that they recognize what's been going on in my classes and the things I'm trying to achieve.
Oh my God, she is a leader within the World Language Department. If you go into her classroom now, there are no desks. There's this new way of teaching, second language acquisition, and it's incredible. I've sat in there and it's really exciting. I think people here at Salem High School, her colleagues, view her as somebody who cares about kids, cares about them learning, but also cares about them as people, as individuals. She's a smart lady. She's hardworking. You know, I've known Mrs. Cox for a long time. Her and I taught together out in the portables years ago when the portables first showed up. And she's just a nice person to be around. And she always wants to do what's best for kids.
Thank you.
I think that the language teachers recognize that I have been, after 20 years of teaching the traditional way, I threw it all out and I've started a whole new way of teaching, and that is a little bit scary, so I think they appreciate the fact that I'm putting the best interest of the kids in front of comfort. So it's been scary and a lot of work, but it's been super rewarding. And then the school district one, oh man, I think it's the same thing as with the language teacher awards. I think that they appreciate the fact that I've been throwing out the way I used to do things because I have found that it wasn't best practice, and I'm just starting new after 23 years in the classroom.
That's amazing. Thank you.
Thanks.
Is there anything else you want to add?
I just have such a full heart of gratitude. I'm just so happy and grateful. Yeah, gratitude.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Deserve the award.
She's a wonderful lady, wonderful teacher. She does what she teaches with a passion, and she's been doing it for a really long time. And she loves what she does, so good for her. She's
Well, Frau Cox deserves the award because she's just a great teacher and she really focuses on the children. Like in my class, I'm in German 4, and we have like a limited amount of students. So like the learning one-on-one is like really helpful. And just, she's so happy all the time. She gives us chocolate. She's amazing.
So Frau Cox is honestly one of the best teachers I've had. She's definitely making strides in the way she teaches. She teaches a more interpersonal way than a lot of teachers I've had. So I definitely think that contributed to the fact that she definitely earned this award.
Perfect.
Well, first of all, I think her impact goes beyond Salem High School. She is setting up to work at the Boys and Girls Club with our elementary students, introducing them to German. She's been working at the middle school at through the Power Club, so that when students come here, there's already an interest for German. But, you know, she goes beyond the classroom. I mean, in the classroom, she's awesome. In the way she teaches, she loves kids, she loves German. She just has this passion for the subject. And I think kids are drawn to her as a person, and in turn, they love the subject. But she's a club advisor. She's worked, you know, with the scheduling, the new schedule. She's just a genuinely nice person to be around, and I think that's why kids love her class.
As you can see, teachers here at SHS are really going beyond the classroom to achieve more.
It's no secret that SHS has a passion for movies. Our very own Nina Galvez is no different. She'll be filling us in on the brand new Disney+.
Hi, I'm Nina with Films in a Flash, and today we're talking about the new streaming service Disney Plus, owned by none other than Disney. It holds movies from Avengers Endgame all the way to Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. They're starting to cut off contracts with other providers such as Xfinity Stream and Amazon so that people can't watch their movies for free anymore unless they buy their premium pass for their service. It's also holding movies that are never going to be held in theaters, such as the live-action Lady and the Tramp. Although, some people have become upset because of the way that Disney Plus was designed at first. At first, the service did not save your progress on TV shows or movies until people started complaining about it. People are also becoming upset because Disney is cutting off their contracts, which means they can't watch movies outside of Disney anymore. It also holds classic TV shows like Wizards of Waverly Place and will host the new Avengers TV shows, Loki and Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Personally, I think this new streaming service will add a new aspect to TV nowadays. Anyways, that's been Film in a Flash. I'm Nina Galvez. Back to you guys.
I'm sure that Disney Plus is making its reverberation to streamers and rivaling streaming services alike.
In this part of the show, unlike the rest, we'll dive deep in the depths of conspiracy theories. SHS Today's Robert will guide us through the Mandela Effect and how our mind can easily trick us.
Hello and welcome to the Dark World of Conspiracy Theories. For our first episode today, we're going to be talking about the Mandela Effect. Disclaimer, everything in this video is just theories, not absolute facts, so don't take anything in this video as fact. The Mandela Effect is defined as a phenomenon where a large group of people remember the same thing, but that same thing is in fact a false memory. What makes it so interesting for me is just the fact that this isn't even just like a small group of people, this is actually a huge group of people who remember the same exact thing, but this is all just false. The term Mandela Effect was named after Nelson Mandela, who died in 2013 due to a respiratory infection. But there's a huge amount of people who don't remember him dying in 2013, but instead remember him dying in the 1980s while he was still in prison. In 2016, the Mandela Effect got a huge amount of attention online due to the fact that a lot of people would remember something from their childhood or from a long time ago that ended up not being true. Some include that the Berenstain Bears was in fact the Berenstain Bears. People remember Pikachu having a black tip of his tail, but in the fact that is not true. The Mona Lisa went from being emotionless to having a smile on her face. Hannibal Lecter from Silence of the Lambs never said hello Clarice. The Monopoly guy never had a monocle, which messed me up. And the Queen from Snow White actually never said mirror mirror on the wall, which what? She actually said magic mirror on the wall. This phenomenon is actually very interesting because, again, this is not just a small amount of people. This is a huge group of people, which has made people speculate exactly why does a huge amount of people remember the same thing, but it ends up not being true. One of the theories that got brought up is some people actually believe that the world we live in now was not the world we originally was in. In 2012, a lot of people speculated that the Earth was going to end, which clearly didn't happen because I'm here now and you're here now. People speculated that the Earth actually did end and we just got transported to like another universe or something, and brought slightly changes to this world, for example, movie quotes being different, which personally I think is kind of a little far-fetched, but like, who knows? But anyways, that is what I have, and remember, don't believe everything you see.
The Mandela Effect is certainly mind-blowing. These modern theories are definitely good at keeping us all on our toes.
While the holiday season may be temporary, SHS's love of music is not. No matter what day of the year, music is a constant aspect of our day-to-day lives. As different albums are released and new hits top the charts, it can be hard to find a trusted opinion in the storm of new tracks and artists. Our own Will Jeffries, Connor Mannion, and Angel Marcelio will be giving us a scoop on the local music scene at SHS.
I focus on a lot of different genres. I've done a lot of classical through my high school career. I've been in All-State for the past 4 years. I also focus on jazz too, pop and rock, but I think that my main genre would be towards like a rock sort of indie situation.
Nice. I mostly focus on like hip-hop and rap. Rap because it's like more popular and I feel more of a deeper connection to rap than like any other genre.
Future hold you for your music career?
I believe that my future in music is performing my own music in front of people and having people singing it back.
Well, I'm hoping that I will make it in my music career. I'm only 15, so I'm taking it like slowly so far and see where I can go so far. Honestly, just make it, work with famous people.
What does
you know?
It mean to you?
Music. My goals with my music is to just have people be inspired by it and, you know, hopefully help people.
I think the future holds for my music career. Like in 10 years from now, I'm hoping that I can move my mom out of where we live now, get her a better place, get my grandmother out where she lives now, bring her to a better place. You know what I mean? Just put ourselves in a better environment.
I have a lot of musical inspirations. I think that I really like David Bowie. He's probably one of my favorites.
I listen to, like I said, Wu-Tang, Onyx, just more people like that, Mobb Deep, Capone Noriega, 90s stuff.
Well, I'm a producer, so my musical inspiration would be like, what's his name? Murder Beats, or like all those famous producers. And I like, on YouTube, I look at videos they make and Genius, how they deconstruct the beats and everything.
I think that music is a way for me to cope and to release all of my emotions, and I hope that my music can help people to release their emotions and connect in that way.
Well, sometimes I write it for myself, and like it depends. Like there's some tracks when I want to do it for like other people, like for other listeners, because everybody has a different ear, so they want to hear some different type of thing, and then I do it sometimes on how I feel and like what is real and what is happening in real life and what people need to realize.
Myself, and I'm recording and releasing my own album. So I've been working on that in the TV studio, and I have the wonderful support of the music department behind me, which I'm very grateful for.
Who are your favorite artists from the school?
Willpower. Who are some artists from the school that you listen to?
Yeah. YCU and Willpower.
Okay, all right. Do you know any close friends that are involved in musical activities in the school? Who?
Will.
Any others?
Michi.
Any others? Who are the artists you grew up listening to?
The music artists, I grew up listening to all kinds, mainly classic rock. I'd say in high school, I was little into the gangster rap era, the early 90s, mid 90s, which is still sometimes I listen to today. Additionally, it was a group that kind of came out in the early 90s called 311 I was really into. So they were pretty cool. But I listen to all kinds, still listen to all kinds, except country music. I'm not a big fan of country music, but I understand why people like it. So.
That was a great analysis of the latest bops. As the decade comes to a close, our favorite hits will not be forgotten.
We'll wrap up this week's newscast with something on the lighter side. SHS Today's Andrew took the halls of SHS with his accomplice Sarah to present some holiday trivia.
Today we broke off into two groups,
asking people about holiday trivia to see how much they actually know about the holidays.
and we're Team Tinsel.
We are Team Kringle,
and this is what we got. The question is, what are you supposed to do when you find yourself under the mistletoe?
I heard that you're supposed to kiss the person next to you. Is that what?
Bro, Christmas doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas, perhaps, means a little bit more.
Tom Brady. In the movie Elf, how does Buddy get into the North Pole?
The sleigh?
What was the first company that used Santa Claus as advertising?
I don't know. I don't know.
It's a soda company.
Coca-Cola.
Popular Christmas song was actually written for Thanksgiving.
Something about Mariah Carey.
In the Christmas song, who did the narrator see kissing Santa Claus under the mistletoe?
Isn't it the mom?
What is the best-selling Christmas song ever?
All I Want for Christmas Is You, Mariah Carey.
What did Frosty the Snowman do when a magic hat was placed on his head?
He came to life.
What snack is traditionally left out for Santa Claus?
Cheez-Its. What are you supposed to do when you find yourself under a mistletoe?
Kiss someone?
Correct.
Right. Which country did eggnog come from?
That's all you. Denmark?
Unfortunately, no, it's England.
Good guess.
What are the two other most popular names for Santa Claus?
Saint Nick and Kris Kringle.
Words follow Silent Night in the song.
I have no clue. Jordan, do you?
In Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol, what is the first name of Scrooge?
I have no clue. I really have no clue.
No clue?
No, I'm so bad at holiday stuff, bro.
It's Ebenezer.
The holidays always pull our community together.
And on that note, we'll conclude this week's newscast.
Be sure to tune into next week's show. Thank you.